welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today I am practicing, well, I'm trying out the dual forms. Now, if you don't know what the dual forms are, they're basically, I haven't got them with me, which is really stupid, but you're going to see them in 1 minute's time. But basically, it's a new way of applying extension to the nail. I'm doing this with acrylic because acrylic is what I'm working with. Haven't tried the polygel and I haven't tried any other kind of builder gel or anything like that, so just pure all about acrylic at the moment. And I'm going to show you my first ever testing out. This is just my opinion on it, and yeah, the whole trying out the dual form, so keep watching if you want to see. So this is the box that the dual forms come in, and I think you get 10 of each size, and there are 10 different sizes. So I've already prepped the nail, obviously just your regular prep that you would do. Push back cuticles, dehydrate, prime, get rid of all the surface shine, all of that jazz. I'm using Millennium for this as well. I basically just decided to use a white because I thought it would be easy to see what we're doing, kind of. So yeah, just applying that now. So I'm basically just getting it to the length that I want. Now, bear in mind, this is my first time ever doing this. This isn't a tutorial in any way. I'm just telling you what I did. And also, I had watched videos on how to do this. That's the only reason I even had any idea on what to do, but yeah. So I'm just putting it in until I think I've got the amount that I want. And I think this first nail actually did go pretty well. So I think I had an alright amount. Once you've got the amount in that you want, I did let it dry for a few seconds so it wasn't really wet. And then I'm just placing it on really gently. I'm not pushing down at this part at all. Really gently placing it where I want it. Making sure it's straight and it's like how I want it. And then just sort of leaving it there for a bit and then pushing it down a little bit. So you can see underneath a little bit spills out. If that does happen, what I do, and you will see me doing this later on, I just get my brush and I like flatten it down and make it so it's all nice and flat and smooth. So once you've got that one done, you can move on to your next one. Now when sizing these, I do think it's a good idea to make sure you go slightly bigger than the actual nail. And we do come to an issue when it comes to the thumb on the trainer hand because there isn't a size that's big enough for it, which is really annoying. But yeah, we'll get to that bit in a minute and I'll show you how I kind of fix it. Kind of. Anyways, so I'm just applying this one now. I've let it dry slightly so it's not super wet. And I'm now just going to put it on the nail. So there you can see I'm just taking my brush underneath and smoothing that all out. It just saves us from having to file or anything once we've finished. And yeah, I thought it was a pretty good idea and it worked pretty well. I didn't have too much mess because I didn't push down too hard, which I definitely think was a good idea. If you do push down too hard, you might find it coming out of the sides, the underneath, and also the cuticle part as well. So yeah, just don't push down too hard, let it dry slightly, and then you can be a little bit more firmer with it. So after I've got those three on, I'm just going back now and going to the first one and not peeling, but like popping it off. It's really easy to come off. I left this a bit too long. There was no time to pinch or anything like that. I feel like these would have been better a little bit pinched, but that's something that I will try when I like move on. Anyway, I'm now using the same tip to do the next nail. So you don't have to get loads of tips out, but obviously on a real person, each finger is going to be different sizes, so you probably will have to get different tips. You'll just have to check, size them up beforehand and make sure that they're all the right size. So I'm just moving on and doing that one and cleaning that up underneath. So now it's time to come on to the thumb. Now I knew that this wasn't big enough. I tried sizing it up. It's the biggest one that there is, and it just wasn't big enough. It didn't cover both sides of the nail, if that makes sense. I don't know whether this is something that people are gonna come across on a real client. I feel like there must be people who do have like hands that are gonna be bigger and nails, at least the thumbnail, that might not fit on these forms. So that's something that you're gonna have to check before you obviously say that you're gonna do this service. You're gonna have to make sure that the forms fit this person. Also, I'm not sure if there are different forms that you can get. These ones are from nailnails.com. nailnails.com, I don't know. They're from Nails, and I don't know whether you can buy different ones from somewhere else and they might be bigger. I think it's kind of a generic thing, so I don't know. But yeah, hopefully you guys won't come across this problem in the real world, but it was a little bit of a problem, and you will see here that it makes this job quite difficult. So I did push down a little bit harder to try and kind of blend it a little bit, and it didn't work. So as you can see here, it just pops straight off. I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? So I just flattened this bit down, and then I got myself a really, really wet bead and just applied it to the whole of the natural nail. So that was kind of to cover the bits that I knew weren't gonna get covered by the pop form thing, but also to help stick the form on. Now obviously the acrylic inside the form has dried slightly as well, so I'm just applying a little bit more to wetten it and to make it more sticky. And then I'm trying again to apply it to the finger. It's still not obviously the perfect size, but it does work a little bit better. So I'm just going back now and I'm popping off all the little forms. They come off really, really easily. You just need to apply a little bit of pressure, pinch it a little bit, squeeze it a little bit, and just like move it about, and they do pop off really nice and easily. So as you can see, they are really nice and shiny on top. I'm just going to go in now with a file, and because I'm not going to be doing anything else design wise with these nails at this point in time, I'm not bothering to file over the top of them, so they stay nice and shiny and white. So I'm just filing the free edge and a little bit there on the cuticle, as you can see. Obviously if you were doing this really, you would definitely want to, even if you don't like the colour, you're still going to want to put a top coat of gel on just to protect it. So you would file the shiny surface off. So don't worry about the cuticle not being perfect, because you are going to get a chance to file it slightly. But just imagine how much time it's going to save you, because it's just, like, look how neat it is. It's just perfect. It's insane. The only problem with these is that they are quite flat. That is the only thing. There's no apex. So I feel like if you were doing a short set, you'd be alright. But if you were doing a longer set, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So now, up to the thumb. Basically, I'm just filing this as much as I can to try and make some kind of, like, I don't know, some kind of sense out of what I've done here. Now I'm taking a little bit more acrylic and I'm starting to build on this nail slightly. Obviously we didn't get the right build through the form because it wasn't the right size. So I'm just taking a little bit of acrylic and I'm filling in the edge. Now you can see here there's a gap towards the free edge part, like where the sidewall is there. So what I'm doing there is sculpting that out a little bit to make it all the right shape and size, if that makes sense. This was really difficult as well because this thumbnail did not want to stay attached to the finger. It was so annoying. But yeah, basically just sculpt it out as if you had a form but without the form, because that's what I like to do apparently. And that just gives you your shape all nicely. So that's how I fixed that. Now, I just want to say I'm really pleased with these forms. I think they worked really, really well. And I think if you were doing just an overlay on the natural nail or just a very short extension, these would be really, really good. These so far are getting a thumbs up from me. I'm going to be doing more testing with these, and yes, I forgot to film my outro, so this is it guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. This is the end result. What do you think? Leave me some comments down below. Please give me a like, make sure you're subscribed. I love y'all so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!